Hello again, YouTube. Jake here, and welcome to the first Reading Too Much Into Things review. I could, and likely will in the future, make several videos on what Kamen Rider is and its importance to Japanese culture, and the strange little notes that will never be sure the writer or director meant for us to think about. Short version, it's a long-running live-action Japanese franchise started in 1971 and is still active today, releasing a new series normally unrelated to the last every year. For American entrenched viewers, its structure is similar to that of Power Rangers, only a single main hero as opposed to a main team, and its stories tend to be a shade darker than even Power Rangers' Japanese origin, Super Sentai. And this year, possibly because it started in October, we have the spirited spook, Kamen Rider Ghost. The 17th Heisei Rider series and 26 overall. Don't worry, in another video I'll explain what that meant. Kamen Rider Ghost's main rider is Takuro Fukuda, and director is Satoshi Morita. Its main themes seem to be eyes, ghosts as coats, history, and stealing several concepts from our still unfinished original Kamen Rider series. It's easy. Not about my bitterness. Let's jump into the first episode of Kamen Rider Ghost with Kaigan Ore, or roughly translated as Awakened Self. Ah, take it easy, show, I'm watching. So yes, first scene in Ghost, we are treated to that one Nazi from Raiders of the Lost Ark seeming to summon two naked monsters and giving them weapons and clothes. We then flash forward to the next day in a fire? Ah, no, of course, that was a flashback. So were the ghosts summoned all the way back whenever that was? Oh, this is gonna be a ride. We are then introduced to our main team plus their base of operation. Their base is a Buddhist temple, with our hero being a monk in training. Speaking of which, here's our hero, Takeru Tengu and Kenkuji, played by Shun Nishime, this being his first real role. Such a likable person. He ditched his friend's birthday hangout to instead read incredibly wrong historical facts about Musashi. It's amazing how quick that was to fact check, mainly because no one says that. The friend whose birthday he doesn't at all find interesting is named Akira Tsukimura, played by Hikaru Osawa. I am bad with names. Who played Ibuki in the live-action Attack on Titan movie. She's the skeptic of the show, because all supernatural-leaning shows have those. And that's not all. She's such a scientific-minded skeptic, she reacts to a metaphor with a lame gag. My god, it's easy to be hard on this show so far. We also learned that our hero has a portion of Musashi's sword given to him by his father back from the flashback before. I would think that'd be something he'd give to a museum, but well, there it is. Oh, guess that wasn't a flashback. I mean, I suppose the order is at night that strange man made those ghost monsters, and at the same time Takeru was dreaming of when his father died 10 years ago, but the order, the show just seemed... So yeah, the monsters are going on a rampage, and instead of it just left to the minds of the people, if people die because of it, nope, just whole crowds are straight up murdered. Cripes. Not making things better is the response of our heroes. Yep, no mourning, no shock and terror at the loss of life, just arguing if ghosts are real or not. That is cold. Oh hey, the episode title. Granted, we did get a lot of information about our cast within the first 5 minutes, but I'd prefer we learn something likable about them. We got a hero ignoring a friend's birthday a friend pointing out that metaphors aren't scientific, and a shouting monk whose name means fart. Our hero receives from their postman a package from his dead father sent 10 years ago, which is something that's always bugged me in stories. Can you actually do that? So, they get the package from a man who's been dead for 10 years and are attacked by unseen forces, revealing a mini personality core from Portal? However, someone clearly messed with its code. After touching it, our hero gets the See Ghost cheats activated. As our hero bravely and reasonably wets himself in fear to draw the ghost's attention, we learn that the core is actually called an icon, spelled E-Y-E. Just let that sink in for a bit. Our hero then dies. I would make a "and that's the end of the show folks" joke here, but my favorite so far character in the show is about to be revealed. Yes, our character is in fact dead, and finds himself in what I can only assume is the afterlife? Or maybe it's inside the icon. But here, we are introduced to easily my favorite character in episode 1. Meet Sage, the Sage. Yes, I know his name is Senin, and that he can mean a lot of different things, as the show's translator note. But I'm calling him Sage the Sage. He's played by Naoto Takenaka, whose career is too long to sum up with 1 or 2 roles, and forms our hero of the plot as the blank icon becomes his base form item. Wouldn't that... Isn't his soul what you're talking to now, so he'd be in... But then... Well, at least we know he's not inside the icon, I guess. Moving on, Sage the Sage explains that these icons, souls of illuminaries, are the key to bringing him back to life if he can gather 15 more of them together. And then he gives him one of the bulkier plastic toy looking belts I've seen in a while. As well as the snarky hand puppet ghost that is this season's mascot. And tosses him back to the land of the living. And here we get a scene I'm rather tired of seeing. Mascot explaining how the toy works. I mean, I get that you need a scene like this. But this is a show for kids. Wouldn't it be a lot easier just to say, oh, they know how to do it because the kids are more willing to let that... I mean, I know they're not cyborgs anymore, so it's not hardwired the poses into their body. It draws uncalled attention, I feel, to villains who don't attack a hero who is transforming. So he does so, and runs away from the coat that his icon created. Mind, this icon is his soul. Our main character is fleeing from himself. I don't have a snark, I just like the line. And so, without being told how to, he summons his belt-hole sword of many uses. Dear Lord, is that phallic! So yeah, we have a first time out, not really knowing what he's doing, battle against the 2 enemy ghosts until he finally pulls out one of his first finisher attacks and knocks the coat right off of him. Well, that's different. I mean, I know when they were summoned, they were given weapon and / clothes, but... Huh. So the other, instead of attacking when our hero de-transforms, why would you do that? Takes him to a different set piece since fighting 2 ghosts at the same location while budget saving would be boring in the first episode. So we are treated it not only to a better look at his base form, which to me looks a bit like one of the riot troopers from Fies, as well as the introduction of his kinda snazzy rider bike. Our second enemy of the week throws out a handful of mooks which prove troublesome for our newly henshined hero. However, through the power of that's why he has a super important historical artifact, he turns Musashi's crossguard into the icon for his Musashi form, which would imply he now holds Musashi's soul? Or a portion of it? Or who even cares about the metaphysics? Let's just watch enemies blow up. Please tell me the main enemy blows up. Thank you! Oh, also we see the creepy guy from the beginning who summoned the ghost has someone he answers to. Alright. And so, after a long day of his friends still not believing in ghosts, he kicks off his shoes, which become invisible once he's not wearing them, but only for his personal space to be invaded by Sage, the Sage, to inform him that he only has 99 days. Oh, sorry, 98 days to gather the 15 icons that he already has 2 of unless his own soul doesn't count. Or is that going to be a plot point at the end? Given that there's usually around 50 episodes to cover the full year each series he takes up, unless each episode takes place a week later, or we jump to a month later, I'm not really worried about our hero coming back to life. And that was the first episode of Kamen Rider Ghost, and really, not hooked yet. I know the first episode isn't always going to be the best episode. There's just so much to explain. Have to explain who the heroes and their friends are. Have to explain roughly how the villains work. And of course show how the new henshin item functions and how it gives you multiple forms. Because a writer can't have just one form anymore. But I'm just not liking the characters that they've presented so far. Save for Sage the Sage. And a lot of the mysteries, I can't tell if they're mysteries that get resolved as the show goes on, or if they're mysteries because, shut up, it's magic. Anywho, hopefully it picks up with the next couple of episodes. Thank you for watching. Thank you to TVN, TV Nihon, for supplying the sub footage that I've used today. And as always, stay safe. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't catch. The belt, when a icon is in it, makes a spooky one-eyed face. That is a nice touch.